much as for you guys. Alright, try it again. As you can see,
I want somebody to-
regular, ordinary deck.
We want to check it.
Got it. And all cards in there, okay? Great. So who's got a big card? No? No one's a big card?
Angel should.
Angel, take a card. So show everybody else, do not show me. And now think about it really hard.
What the heck?
There's a cat on it.
It's black, it's a club. 10 of clubs.
What? Yes! That's too quick. You need to work on your delivery, Miss Young. But it's a great one.
Anyone else?
Do that one more time.
Yeah, go ahead. I can do it forever. I can do it all day long.
I think
We're
she
good around
memorized
time.
it.
Can you shuffle them
But there's
first?
more than one color cat.
Alright, go ahead. So show everybody else, do not show me.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I can't see.
I'll
tell you if it's right.
think about it hard. King, black king club.
It is.
Yes.
Anybody else?
I think you cheated.
But you're not shuffling. You're not shuffling
Yes,
them
I
for
am.
some
I
reason.
think she did.
Anyone else? No?
Sus-
I showed you guys how
Sus-
they're very straightforward cards. I mean,
Suspicious. Suspicious.
She memorized it. Hacking or something like
She's hacking her brain.
Things
Show everybody else, do not show me. Queen of spades.
She really shouldn't have.
Yes? No?
Yeah.
Wait, can you do it to me? Alright, last one.
Do it to her. She wants it. She wants
Last
it.
one, last one.
In mine, circle.
Okay, go ahead. Show everybody else, do not show me.
Can't see it.
9 of spades. Yeah? It is not.
Is that not
Alright,
looks like a heart?
enough of that. That one's magic, I can't show you guys that one. Yeah, I'd have to kill you afterwards.
Whoa. If something happens to her tonight,
We know why.
we know why.
That's how magic works. You can't tell people. Alright. Do you guys want to see? I can show you the deck again if you want.
Do it.
It's okay.
No?
We believe you, Miss
Don't
Young.
care.
No.
Really? You don't care? Alright. I have it all memorized. No,
Black, red, black hair. It has to be. There has to be
Notice
something.
how fast she went and didn't show the whole thing.
Oh. Seriously?
She's.
We don't have much time. Wait.
If something happens to you too. We know it.
Alright, so let's move back to our exam stuff. Everyone take a look at this one, and I will give you guys 15 seconds on your own. 20 seconds on your own, or we're going over. We have 5 more. Do them quick.
This is confidence interval.
Talk to your neighbors.
Confidence interval. Sample.
Proportion.
Okay, ready? Mean of proportions.
Proportion.
Proportion. And is it a t-test or a Z? Yes. Easy peasy. And then last thing is a confidence interval or a hypothesis test? Confidence interval. So how many samples?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it is. It's one.
So,
Isn't it?
so what do you guys think? So do you guys want to try this one?
It's a confidence interval.
confidence interval.
for finding a sample size.
Yeah, so this is one of those weird ones. See where it's a question? Confidence interval with a question? And see where it says find the sample necessary? Not find the confidence interval, find the sample. You guys see the difference?
Yes.
So in other words, find the sample necessary. So in other words, how large should the sample be? That's a find end problem.
Oh.
Yes.
This one might be a little tricky for people. That's why we're kind of going over it a couple times.
Oh, on the sheet note.
Right? Find end problem. It's a find end problem.
Oh,
Do you guys think you can sort out how to locate that and identify it?
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Because it's here.
Does anybody have any clues for how you might identify it?
Usually it says how large should the shop. There's some kind of how many.
Right.
How
How
large.
many or how large?
Within a percentage.
Within a
Within-
For
not
error.
always. It could be a mean. But it's usually going to be percentage. You're right. It's usually going to be percentage.
Yes.
Typically, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I will usually use percentage. Yep. Okay. So in other words, you have to read the problem.
Yeah. Twice. I always say.
Right? It's going to be really hard to use otherwise. All right, next one. Oh. Mean or
It's a-
proportion?
Mean.
Is it a confidence interval or hypothesis test?
Hypothesis test.
Is it one sample or two samples? Two. What are the two samples?
There's just one sample. There's
A
just
random
one.
sample.
There's
Oh,
eight.
right.
There's eight
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm gonna find this.
Then you have the.
Okay.
Random sample of 8. Here is the 8.
Okay.
One sample. Good.
Yes.
Next. Okay, mean or proportion?
Mean.
How do you know? Oh, not, I'm not asking you. You guys know. Test or confidence interval?
Test.
Test. Okay, one sample or two?
One.
Yeah, find the word sample. Sample of 30. Oh, find the word sample of. You have to have sample size, right? Sample of 30, sample size. So, figure out your ends. How many ends you've got going on there. So, one sample. Good. Next. Where's my other one? All right, mean or proportion? Proportion. Test or confidence interval?
Test.
Test. Right, test the claim. One sample or two?
Two.
Two samples. So it's a two sample proportion. Good. So there's no question of independent or dependent. That's all it means. Okay. Mean or proportion?
Mean.
Is it a test or a confidence interval?
Test.
Test. One sample or two?
Two.
Average amount. Great. Two. Yeah, here we go. Two random samples. They both had 35. Good. Okay, so this is two samples. Is it dependent or independent?
Dependent. Independent.
Independent, because you didn't give us a lineup.
A lineup.
Yeah, it's independent because I didn't give you matched data. I didn't give you all 35 of them paired up. I have to give you all of the data paired up for it to be dependent. Because remember, dependents are really easy. You subtract them all, and then you just run a one sample t-test on their differences.
Yes.
You turn them in from a 2 sample into a 1 sample by subtracting the first one, so taking the first one, subtracting the second one. So this has to be independent.
On the exam, do we have to write independent?
Nope. Oh, there's a couple, I have 2 more. Oh, shoot, I do have 2 more. Okay, this one? Mean or proportion?
Mean.
Test or confidence interval?
The
Test. How many samples?
one sample.
A random sample of 15. Everybody okay with that part?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. This one's a mean. This.
Mean or proportion?
Mean.
Test or confidence interval?
Test.
1 sample or 2?
Two.
2 samples.
Two
Is it 2
samples.
samples?
Yes.
Cross this part out. 2 samples?
Dependent.
Yeah, independent or dependent?
Dependent.
Independent or dependent?
Dependent.
Does everyone see how this is dependent? I probably won't give you those numbers up top. I may or may not. Everybody on board?
Yes.
Dependent. Let me see, there's one more I should try to find for you. No. No. Really? Come on. There, last one.
Okay.
Mean or proportion?
Mean.
Test or confidence interval?
Confidence interval.
Confidence interval. It says confidence interval. Is this a special one where you find n?
No.
No, this is population.
Well, that's
No.
okay.
But it's not a question.
It's not a
There's
question.
no question. It doesn't say, right? It
How
doesn't say
large?
find the sample size or
Yeah.
find the sample needed, right?
Yeah. It's just a normal in
It's
confidence.
just find the confidence interval. You're finding the confidence interval. Good?
Yes.
Regular one. Okay, great. So why don't you guys do problems 1, 2, and 5 first, and then do the rest of it. So start with 1, 2, and 5.
No.
Is it really like pushing the button?
Push.
No, I think.
Exact. Did you know?
Do I know what?
Did you?
Did you know that it's
Start problems 1, 2, and 5 first.